Big Mom, in my humble opinion, is arguably one of the best villains of One Piece. Hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ, my name is Soham and let's talk about this particular topic in today's video. But before that, if you're new here then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. Also, a quick note that this video is going to contain spoilers from the manga, anime only viewers have been warned. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now Big Mom, or rather Charlotte Linlin, is the captain of the Big Mom Pirates and one of the 4 emperors ruling over the New World as the only female member. She brings a lot to the table owing to her extensively diverse yet interesting backstory, which is still shrouded in many mysteries that were tactically put forth by Oda. She's a big force to reckon with, and her various different sides and character traits truly bring out the nuances of the story. She's extremely powerful yet extremely unpredictable at the very same time, to the point where people say that she's like a literal baby stuck in the body of an adult. It sounds silly for a character, but it adds a really great dynamic to the story. Couple that up with a tremendous power and a backstory linked to the legendary Rocks pirate, and that's it, there's the penalty shootout moment. And also, let's not forget the fact that her introduction to One Piece was a true nightmare fuel moment, as it truly exemplifies the horrors of the New World, and Big Mom has certainly lived up to that name. Now, I'm not saying here that she's the true or definitive best villain of the show. For a lot of different people that would be the end villain Emu, or maybe simply Blackbeard by the virtue of being Luffy's antithesis, or simply Kizaru Sakazuki himself. I acknowledge all of that, but I still say that she's one of the best villains for the show One Piece, but she's certainly not the best rival for Luffy. I'd argue that Katakuri was a better rival for Luffy. However, there's a big difference between an arch rival and a villain. Barring the Whole Cake Island and the Sanji incident, Big Mom is not technically a nemesis for Luffy as such. She has not really affected him as much as the other villains of the show. That's why Doflamingo, Kaido, and even some of the earlier villains like Enel were a direct 1v1 villain for Luffy. But the case for Big Mom is much more nuanced because she's the villain for the entire world of One Piece. She's not your typical cookie cutter bad guy who fights the MC. No. Big Mom is, no pun intended here, bigger than all of that. She's a veteran, she's an outright veteran. She's not here for a child's play, and this is certainly no game for her. She's a tactical strategist who calculates every move that she makes, even though it is shrouded by a twisted sense of morality and justice, but still, she's pretty much the true definition of an emperor. She's not a drinking buffoon like Kaido who thinks of a glorious fate to die. No, she's tactically expanding her emperor like a true mob boss. Her crew is not a mere pirate crew now, it's a literal empire based on proper assets. She deals with people to expand her military powers. She does political weddings of her children so that she can increase her reach and power. She's a true control freak who will do whatever she wants no matter what the cost is. I won't even be surprised if we later on found out that she actually had some sort of a deal or under the table deed with the Navy, or hell, even the world government for that matter. She's not just aimlessly killing people, she enslaves them, utilizes them to her own needs and thereby increases her own strength. Case in point, the Fishman Island that provided her candies and even her self-made utopia of the Toto land. Moreover, I've not even mentioned her monstrous strength so far. I mean, she's an ex-Rocks pirate member, a crewmate of Kaido, as well as Whitebeard himself. That's basically a testament to her strength, and don't even get me started on her devil fruit and its fear tactics. It's basically a tool of pure intimidation with the help of the soul tax, yet at the very same time, she uses it effectively to make lovely but ferocious homies all the time as well. And that is something very huge in my opinion. Now, while Blackbeard is kind of said to be the antithesis of Luffy with his coward but power-hungry antics to gain the ultimate goal of freedom, I think that the same can be said for Big Mom as well, because she and Luffy also share a connection like Blackbeard himself, albeit for a totally different cause. The reason why Blackbeard is so heavily linked to Luffy is because they are like the opposite end of the same spectrum. Because despite their differences, they strive for the same goal of freedom, which is an awesome dynamic for a series like One Piece. But once again, the same can be said for Luffy and Big Mom as well, but in the sense of care and compassion for their crew, and basically people close to them. Sure, Big Mom is essentially a power maniac, a ruthless killer, which was shown to us in all its glory in the Whole Cake Island arc, and how she uses the soul of people as a rent and whatnot. That definitely makes her a monster for sure, but at the same time, she's very protective of people who are close to her. Be it her motherly affectionate side for the kids who are under 10 years of age or someone else for that matter. Yeah, it's true that it's not for everyone, but that's basically her character. It's as if the 10-year-old child self of her is the core of the 68-year-old lady, and this is like a child throwing tantrums, picking up cool toys and discarding old ones, and so on and so forth. The same is the exact case for her as well. If you are on the good side of Big Mom, if she likes you, and then if she learns that someone has hurt you, then be prepared, be ready, because she's going to hunt that person down to the depths of hell. There's no escaping from that whatsoever. And I don't really understand why some people suddenly came up with this narrative after chapter 1011, where they think that this is specifically reserved for kids under the age of 10. No, that is not the case. That is not just the case. Sure, the under 10 kids thing shows her motherly affectionate side, but even beyond that, Big Mom remembers not just Tama, but she also remembers how Osuru actually gave her the red bean soup and how the people of that town were actually very kind to her. That entire thing was the culmination of chapter 1011, not just Tama herself. Sure, Tama is the MVP of Wano in my opinion, but that's a different case altogether. Basically, Big Mom is a person who will bring hell for anyone who threatens any person whom she likes. P.S. I'm so happy that the O-Lin storyline was added to the story like this and not treated like a forgotten link as a whole. But moving forward, where else have we seen something like this that is said just before? Doesn't it kind of sound similar? I mean, time and time again, this has been the character moment for Luffy as well. He brought down Arlong Park for Nami, he literally declared war on the world government for Robin, and he went head on into the Whole Cake Island, a Yonko territory just for Sanji. And no, this is not just limited to his crew. Anyone who shows compassion to Luffy, or even better, actually feeds him, that's the bond right there. And after that, if someone tries to harm that person, you better believe that Luffy is going to kick their ass. It really doesn't matter if the person is a warlord like Crocodile, or a ruler like Doflamingo, or hell, not even a freaking celestial dragon is safe from the reach of Luffy. This is why I really enjoy this particular dynamic of the characters. Now to top it all off, Big Mom's extremely exciting backstory involving her hunger pangs, her interactions with the giants, Mother Caramel, and the entire Toto Land situation really improves the lore of the story so much in my opinion. We know so much, yet we know so little about her. What truly happened at the birthday party? Did she really eat everyone else? What actually happened to Mother Caramel and her deal with the Navy? Fans have been pondering over these questions for a really long time. But even beyond that, the Big Mom's general unstable nature, or rather I'd say unpredictable nature, is what makes her so interesting as a character as well as a villain. We can't simply predict what she's going to do next, and I'm pretty sure that most of us had predicted that she's going to betray Kaido, but certainly not in a manner like this where she'll protect Tama as a whole. She's genuinely the wildcard element for Wano that adds an extra ting to the series. Lastly, I'm not making this video to defend the character of Big Mom. She's neither my favorite, nor do I find her as a flawless character. She's annoying, and she kinda got unbearable towards the end of the Whole Cake Island, where she kept parroting the same word,
wedding cakey.
Yeah, I know that was really lame. But it did give us perhaps the most ferocious and scary version of insane Big Mom, and that's a force to reckon with. So these were some of the reasons as to why I feel like Big Mom is such a huge villain for the series of One Piece. So what do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know in the comment section below. This video was really difficult for me to make because currently I'm not really feeling that well, and that is pretty much evident on my uploads as well because they have recently gone down a lot. So I hope that if you enjoy the video, then you would definitely give it a thumbs up. That is really going to help this channel because of the YouTube analytics and everything. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing to it as well. That is going to be also really awesome. With that being said, this is Wonder WhyZ guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Catch you guys on the next one.